Hey guys, welcome back to Magic TV. My name's Craig. It is 9 o'clock on a Sunday, which means it's time for a review show special. Now, this is where I take a deep dive into a particular product, a particular creator, a particular trick, and I tell you everything that you need to know about that one particular product. And today, I'm going to talk about one of my own products. Now, I will tell you, I'm kind of biased towards this trick because it's my trick and I bought it out myself, but I am having a lot of people asking me what I think of it, what it does, and there's nobody more qualified to talk about this trick than me because it's my trick and I created it. So today I'm going to do a review on Ticket to Ride, which is my new trick that's just come out through Alakazam. As I said, I am biased. Obviously this is going to get a great review. If you don't want to hear me review my own product, that's absolutely fine. Switch off now, I don't mind. But I'm going to tell you exactly what it is. I'm going to go into detail with it as well. Leave no stone unturned. I want to be very transparent about what you get here. So, without further ado, let's get into this week's review show special. And it's all about Ticket to Ride. So Ticket to Ride is my latest trick from Alakazam, and I've been using this now for a good couple of years, and me and Pete, Alakazam, Pete Nardi, we went back and forth on the prototypes with this, must have been 7 or 8 times, because it was important that it was absolutely perfect, and we went through so many different versions, and when you see what the trick is, you'll understand why. But what it is basically is it's a stack of 26 train tickets. And what these train tickets basically do is they allow you to do some very direct mind reading without any memory work, without any cribs, and without any fishing. And it can be very, very direct. Now, I've had some fantastic quotes for this over the last few months. Mark Paul, who I consider one of the best mentalists, gave me a fantastic quote for it, as did Luca Volpe. I was very, very excited about that as well. Because I'm not a mentalist, I do mental magic. So when I have a mentalist who I really respect tell me, hey, I really like this product, that means the world to me. It really does. So yeah, it's a stack of train tickets. And I'm going to break down exactly what you can do with these train tickets. But the whole idea is, I originally created this just for my own use, not really to market. Because you see, I don't drive. Don't know if you know that. I don't drive, never have. Now, how do I get to gigs? I go on the train. Or if I'm doing an illusion show or something, or I'm doing a multi-man job, I'll probably go in the car with somebody else or in the van with somebody else because all my assistants in the show drive. But generally, as a rule, if I'm doing a close-up job, I'm catching the train. I like trains. It allows me to do some work and chill out, and, I'm a big train fan. So I do catch trains around everywhere. And I remember being at a gig, and what I do when I get to a gig is I open up my close-up case and I figure out what I'm actually going to be doing, and anything that's in my pockets I take out. And I reached into my pockets, and it had been after a busy week, and I had a ton of train tickets in there. And I'm like, wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't it be great if I had a trick that I could do with these train tickets? And I did some research, and there was nothing else out there. I was like, okay, well, let's see if we can put one together. And it was quite of a difficult approach. I knew I wanted to have more than one train ticket because it's quite common for people to have more than one train ticket. And so it made sense logically for it to be in some sort of stack. But as I was working on it, to get the system in place, it was a nightmare. I was, when we actually went to get to the point where we were producing this, and I was working with Alakazam, I was sending them spreadsheets and they weren't understanding. I'm like, hey, you don't need to understand it. Just get your designer to design it exactly as the spreadsheet says, because this works. I've done it with a fine-tooth comb. There's no problems. And I built into the system. Actually, I'm going to break it down for you. But first of all, if you haven't seen it, I think the good thing to do would be for you to have a look at a live performance of this. So I'm going to show you a live performance of this. Now, this is from Houdini's Magic Bar in Canterbury. And it's me performing to a couple that came in. You can see there's lots of other people watching. The cameras are quite close in. There's about 20 or 30 people watching this. But I'm performing it primarily for a couple. And what I wanted to do when I was at Houdini's, we were filming a lot of stuff that day. we're filming like probably, no exaggeration, we're filming about 50 different things. And so I was like, to Pete, I was like, well, what do you want me to film off Ticket to Ride? He's like, well, film what you want. I'm like, well, there's a bunch of stuff you can do with it. I'm like, how about I just do a mentalism set for like 12, 13 minutes and I'll just jam with the tickets. And he's like, perfect. And that's what you're about to see now. It's like basically a 13-minute mentalism set with some Post-it notes, a pen, the tickets, and a pack of cards. So have a look at this. And then after you've seen it, we'll talk about everything that you've just seen, and we'll talk about exactly what you get.
17 for the 1832 South service to Bright, fast to East Croydon, then Red Hill, Gatwick Airport, Three Bridges, Balcombe, Haywards Heath, Wimblesfield, Burgess Hill, Assets.
We're going to try and do a few things here, guys. Okay, we're going to try and do a few things, and I have items. I have a Post-it notepad, I have a pen, I have a couple of packs of cards, and there's something else in my pocket that I'm going to show you in a bit. Now, I will tell you that this pack of cards, in a second, is going to get shuffled by yourself, okay? This deck of cards is not, because this deck of cards has a prediction in it for you, Tony. The reason I know this has a prediction in it for you, Tony, is because it says prediction on the other side.
Okay.
You see, I wrote something on a card in this deck, and I turned that card over. So you know which card it is. It is the only one facing in the other direction.
Platform 17 for the 1832 South service to Bright, fast to East Croydon, then Red Hill, Gatwick Airport, Three Bridges, Balcombe, Haywards Heath, Wimblesfield, Burgess Hill.
You put the prediction away in your pocket or something for me. Great. So, I don't drive. Don't drive. Just something I've never done. I catch the train everywhere, or I get a lift off a friend. But you guys catch the train?
Yeah.
Okay. So I collect train tickets. And these are all train tickets from 2021 and 2022. And they're all different gigs that I've been to. And if I go to a gig that I particularly like, I keep the train ticket to remind myself of the gig that I went to. Tony,
Yes.
I would like you to take these cards. We're going to try a little demonstration in memory first of all. So I want you to take the cards and cut them. Take these little, like travel cards, these little rail cards, train tickets, and just give them a cut and complete the cut. No, complete the cut. So you put
Oh,
those
I
in.
didn't put it back on.
That's okay, cool. Now, because when you cut like that, it changes the position of every single train ticket.
Yeah.
Would you like to cut again and complete the cut, or are you happy? You can cut again if you want to. You're happy there?
Yeah.
Positive? Can you take that? I don't want to see it at all, so don't let me see anything. Now, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to tell me the date on that train ticket at the top right.
10th of September 2021.
10th of September 2021. Okay, I remember that. I'd been performing the night before in Yorkshire. So because I've been performing the night before in Yorkshire, I was staying in Yorkshire. So, but the gig wasn't in Yorkshire, the gig was in Wales. So I would have been catching a train going from Yorkshire. Where was I in Yorkshire? It wasn't Doncaster, it was slightly further south of Doncaster. It was Sheffield, and I was going to the Valley in Wales. How was that?
Platform 17 for the 1832 South service to Bright, fast to East Croydon, then Red Hill, Gatwick Airport, Three Bridges, Balcombe, Haywards Heath, Wimblesfield, Burgess Hill.
See, that's not bad, right? That's not bad. That's not bad. Let's see if we can go one step further. Do me a favour, give them a cut again and complete the cut. We'll get a completely different one. Complete the cut. Are you happy with that? This time, take this one. I don't even want to see the date. I'm going to look down. I don't even see the date. Now, what you just saw there was mind reading, right? I'm going to see if I can go one step further. Concentrate on the date first of all. Concentrate on the date. This is 2022, isn't it?
Yes.
2022. It's in the summer. It's August. August the 8th.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It's a standard class. Look at the price. Look at the price.
Yes.
It's not very expensive, is it? It's quite a £6.30.
Yeah.
Is it £6.30? And the reason it's £6.30 is because it was quite a short train journey. You were going from Hackney Central to Kensington Olympia. How was that?
Yes.
Amazing. How's that? That's not bad, right?
Platform 17 for the 1832 South service to Bright, Airport, Three Bridges, Aldcombe, Haywards Heath, Wivelsfield, Burgess Hill.
Now,
Okay, yeah.
this time we're going to try and do something even different. We're going to go on an imaginary journey, an imaginary day out. Okay? Now, the first thing that I want you to do is cut and complete. Fantastic. And I want you to take that one, but don't look at it just now. We're going to put it over there. Is that okay? We're going to get back to that in a minute. Now, on this imaginary journey, there's 3 parts. And the first part is what we're doing on that journey. You two are going on a little day out.
Okay.
Okay? So the first thing we're going to talk about is the activity. We're going to put down activity. So I want you to think, you can do this one first, Bradley.
Okay.
Think of an activity you'd like to be doing together. Bearing in mind it's a day out, it's not in the bedroom. So think of an activity that you guys could be doing together on a day out. Can you do that?
Yep, can.
Let me make my little prediction. I don't know. I'm thinking that'll be it. Let me just drop it there. I have committed myself. You tell me, what are you doing on this journey? You're shopping. You know how to. I like your style. You know how to.
For me as
You know.
well.
You know how to please the significant other, don't you? Nice. Okay. So you're going shopping.
Yes.
Right. Anywhere in particular? You're shopping for anything in particular?
No, I was just thinking any place.
Just anything.
Shopping.
Just going out shopping, hitting
Exactly.
some malls, doing that sort of thing. Okay. Next one.
Yes.
You actually have somebody with you on this shopping trip. You have a celebrity.
Yes.
So I'm going to write celebrity. You get to decide the celebrity.
Yeah, I know who it is.
Well, but don't tell me. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Here we go. Concentrate. I got it. I got it. I got it. No, I got it. I got it. I got it. I'm committed. People say I should be committed. Who's the celebrity?
It's John Mayer.
John
Oh, you went John Mayer.
Mayer. Who?
Mayer.
Who the hell is John Mayer? I knew that. 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 John Mayer. Yeah. It just came to me in a flash. The final part is the destination.
Yeah.
You're going shopping with John Mayer.
Yeah.
Where are you going? Let me just write down destination.
Platform 17, the 1832 South Central service to Brighton, fast to East Croydon, then Red Hill, Gatwick Airport, Three Bridges, Aldcombe, Haywards Heath, Wivelsfield, Burgess Hill.
So the card that you picked at the beginning, have a look at where you're ending up. Okay, do you know where that is?
Yep.
And we'll use that as the basis of where you're going. So you're not going to the train station, but in the area that that train station's at, okay? So
Yeah.
don't let me see it. I'm going to write down here. Okay. Let me just pop that one in there. So think about this for a minute.
Yes.
You made all the choices. And I tried to predict everything. And I made my predictions before you even decided on anything. But you ended up going shopping with John Mayer somewhere. Where are you going?
Manchester, Piccadilly.
So you're going to Manchester. You're not going to hang around the train station. That'd be kind of sad. But you're going to Manchester, right?
Yes.
Okay. And these have been here. Whoops, there we go. These have been here. I mean, this would be impossible. You've seen a lot of crazy stuff here today. Like, you've seen some very, very strange things. But if I got this, that would be nothing short of impossible. Absolutely impossible. Frankly, I'll amaze myself if this one works. Because, frankly, it doesn't always, and that's true, but let's have a look. So first of all, I wrote down activity.
Yes.
And I wrote something on here before you even told me the activity. You said shopping. And I wrote down shopping.
Okay.
Okay. 1 out of 3.
Okay.
But then You said a celebrity. And I wrote it down before you said anything. You said there's no way you're going to get this, Craig.
Yeah.
No way.
No.
Shut
up!
I know!
How?
I have no idea. This stuff just comes to me.
Magic.
And then finally, you're going where?
Manchester.
And I wrote down
Manchester.
That's
Very
amazing.
good.
But,
That's insane.
but
Insane.
before we
Insane.
finish, I
Yes.
promised you one last thing. The prediction that's been in
I
your
don't know how
pocket.
you got to John Mayer.
No.
Sorry. That
No, not me neither.
How you got to John
I don't
Mayer.
even know who the bloke is. So that was even more impressive.
Like literally, yeah, insane.
We're going to do one last thing. Do me a favour. Just cut and complete the cut for me if you can, please, Bradley. You haven't
Okay.
cut at any point.
Okay.
So now you get to cut and complete the cut. That's great. Wonderful. So, this one right here. Can you have a look at it? Look at the destination. Now, if you're happy with it, or would you like to change it? You want to change it? Okay. Cut again. You want to keep it, or do you want to change it? It's the destination.
Yes.
You're happy with it. If you're happy with it, I'm happy with it. Here's the thing. The cards that were shuffled at the very beginning. You shuffled these into a random order. I mean, there's so many combinations. The more you shuffle, the more random the combination gets, right? We're going to try and do something. You picked a destination. You know what it is, right?
I do.
You are going to pick a card. As I cut packets onto the table, just say stop. There. Yeah? Do you want one more card? No, you happy here? The two of diamonds.
Okay.
So we have the two of diamonds, and we have a destination. What's the destination?
You tell me.
I don't know. I did the mind reading bit. I've done that like 3 times. This is the prediction. What's the? Wait, okay, don't tell me. Don't tell me. Make it hard for me, like a challenge. Remember the prediction? Can you grab it out or turn? Now here's the thing. Do you remember I said I turned one card over
Yeah.
from the very beginning? Yeah. One card has been turned over, and you say, remember I said I wrote something on the back of it? It's right near the front, as you can see.
Okay, yeah.
It is the only one that's turned over.
Yeah.
And I wrote on this, Valley. How did I do?
Oh, very good.
Was that the one?
That was the destination.
But the thing that's going to really freak you out, the thing that's going to really make you think about this when you go home and talk about this, isn't about how I predicted Valley. It's about how I did it by writing it on the back of the two of diamonds.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing.
Guys, thank you so much for
Thank you
helping.
so
I
much.
really
Thank you,
appreciate it. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much.
Man.
Platform 17 for the 1832 Southend service to Bright, fast to East Croydon, then Red Hill, Gatwick Airport, Three Bridges, Morecambe, Haywards Heath, Wimblesfield, Burgess Hill, Essex, Preston Park and Bright. Customers for London Road, Moorskool, Falmouth and Lewis, also Hove and
So that is a full performance of Ticket to Ride. And I say it's a full performance. There's a lot of other stuff you can do beyond that. That was just 4 routines that I structured together into an act. And we'll talk about that in a minute. Now, the first thing that I want you to understand is that the train tickets, and I'm going to be completely honest with you here, I'm going to be very, very open about what you're getting. Because I want people to come into this with their eyes wide open. This is really useful for me as an EDC, because I can just throw the train tickets into my pocket or into my wallet, and I'm good to go. They can be with me anytime, anywhere. Ryland's got a set in his wallet. He uses the Comet. They're tucked away in there. I use an Orphic wallet. I've got them tucked away in the Orphic wallet. They're very easy to throw into anywhere you want to. But you can also bring them out in a gig. You know, you can bring them out very easily in a gig and go, hey, I've got some train tickets here. It's something that's instantly recognisable. I'll talk to you about what you would do if you're outside of the UK in a second. Obviously, in the UK, they're UK train tickets. That's not a problem. I realised very early on this trick will live and die by whether the train tickets are legit. So we went back and forth so much on these train tickets. Originally, they were bigger, and we thought, well, bigger is fine. But I wasn't happy with them bigger, and then we went smaller, and we've got them to the perfect size. They're, I think, about 1 or 2 millimeters bigger than a normal train ticket, but you just can't notice it. And we've made the cardstock slightly stronger and more durable, but not that you would notice at all. Everything is as it's meant to be on the train ticket. Even the QR code takes you to where the QR code would take you on a train ticket if you were using a real train ticket. So the train tickets look legit. That's really important. The other thing is the train tickets are all from 2021 and 2022, because my presentation is, hey, I collect train tickets, or, I'm always on the train. I've got a bunch of tickets here. Some of my favorite places that I went to over 2021 and 2022. You could just bring them out and say, I've got some train tickets here that I've been collecting. We're going to do something with them. Pete Nardi puts them in an envelope, and he writes accountant on the top, and he throws a few receipts in there, including ED seat, which means that he can literally open up this envelope and go, I'm taking these to the accountant later on. Let me show you something with them. And he just takes out these train tickets. You can justify them very, very easily. I just literally bring them out and I say, I don't drive. I catch the train everywhere. These are some of my favorite gigs that I went to last year. As you saw in the presentation, right? Now, the thing about these, there's 26 cards, and there's 26 train stations. Now, you could examine each train ticket. They are all completely different. I use 26 stations and I use them twice. So once as a departure point and once as an arrival point. So each train station is used twice. But they're all completely different. The prices are legitimately the prices that you would have paid in 2021 and 2022. And the obviously it's a stack, it's a cyclical stack, which means that you can cut it as many times as you want to. It's not going to affect the way that the trick works. You can do what I tend to do, and you saw it in the performance, is I do a Charlier shuffle. So as I'm showing these train tickets, I'm just doing what looks like a shuffle. I think it's very important not to shuffle them like a pack of cards, because you wouldn't do that with train tickets. So I use a Charlier shuffle to show the train tickets, and I give them a cut. I don't like to spread them out because I don't want people to think it's a card trick, right? But it's a cyclical stack, right? Which means that it's instantly resettable. And that's the important thing. So it's examinable at the beginning. You could hand the train tickets out and show them to them. It's examinable at the end, because if they go through anything, there's nothing to find. Examinable at the beginning, examinable at the end. Instant reset. And you saw that I did 4 routines in that performance, and I was instantly reset after the first performance to go into the second performance, to go into the third performance, which is great. And yeah, I mean, how the whole thing works is when they take a train ticket, you're left holding a stack of train tickets, right, which you just put down on the table, if you've got a table. If you haven't got a table, and I've done it walk around and they take a train ticket, I'm just holding the stack in my hand. And as I say, I want to imagine the train station here, imagine the train station. I'm just looking at the stack, because here's the thing, when you're holding them face down, so you can't see anything on the face. So they're all face down, as you saw in the performance. They take one, you look at the next one down, and it's telling you everything that you need to know in the train ticket that they've taken. Everything that you need to know. And you can just glance it and see everything. It'll tell you whether it's first class or standard. It'll tell you whether it's the price that they've paid, the date of the journey, of the issue of the ticket, the starting location and the final destination. All of that is queued off that train ticket on the stack. So if you're holding it here and you're just saying, hey, imagine that train station here, you can just see it. If it's on the table like it was in Houdini's, I'm just covering my thing, so I'm not looking at them and I'm just looking straight down. It's kind of like a really easy to do gypsy peek, right? So I'm getting all of that information. Now what's really nice is the information is presented there as a booking reference code, and it looks very legit because there is a booking reference code on the train tickets at that position, but we've taken liberties with the amount of letters and numbers, but nobody ever notices. But I've also made the booking reference number slightly bigger. So because of that, it's really easy to see. I have terrible eyesight, and I can see that clear as day in any environment straight away. It's very, very easy to see because I just see that information immediately. Now, it's a series of letters and the numbers, and the letters tell you what the train station is. Now, most of those train stations are intuitive. So, for example, Beeham is Birmingham New Street. CARD is Cardiff Central. GALS is Glasgow Central. A lot of them are intuitive. PLY is Plymouth. A lot of them are really intuitive, and I've when I taught this to Ryland, I taught it to him in 10 minutes, and in 10 minutes he had the stations down pat, absolutely fine. There's a couple that I throw in there because I wanted some stations to be like really recognizable, others to be lesser known train stations. So there's a couple like Jewellery Quarter and the Valley and Newark Castle that maybe aren't as well known, but you can get them very, very easily just by going through them once. But the beautiful thing about the system is there's a ton of information that you can get off that card that doesn't require you to even think about anything. So if you have a brain fart or something, that's absolutely fine, because you could still tell them whether it's standard or first class. You could tell them the date, you could tell them the price. So if you get them to take a train ticket and you just cannot remember anything, you don't know what the starting point is or the final destination, you can just say, have a look at the price on that, concentrate on the price. Imagine it's right there. I'm seeing it's quite expensive. It's £127 and 30 pence. Is that right? Great. Put the train ticket back, take a different one. And now you can take a different one. So you never have to worry about memory work, because there's really nothing to memorize. It's very intuitive. But even if you forget everything, it's not a problem, because there's a ton of information that you do have access to. And the fact that you're not looking at their train ticket is great, because you're looking away, you're looking at something else. You're getting all the information that you need without even looking at them, which is amazing. Now, the real gold in this whole project, I've just basically outlined to you exactly what's happening here. It's a resettable, instantly reset, totally different outcome every single time, stack that allows you to direct read everything. You could literally, and this is how Ryland does it, you could literally have them take a train ticket and immediately tell them, boom, 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 job done. Okay, that's everything. However, the real gold are the routines on the project. And as you know, with one of my projects, I tend to go very in depth with the routines. And this is this is just the same. You know, there's no difference here. So you saw a bunch of the routines on there. My favorite routine to perform, and I do this in parlor, I do it in stage, I do it close up, is the mental epic style routine, which is the one ahead thing with the post-it notepad. I love that. I love that for so many different reasons. First of all, I love that I'm using a post-it notepad and I'm not using like a prop or anything that looks very proppy. I also love the fact that I'm writing down on the post-it notes what I'm actually predicting. So I start by writing activity. Boom. I'm going to put that down. I'm going to write celebrity. Boom, I'm going to put that down. But what I love about it is normally when you're talking about mental epic or one ahead, there's two open predictions and one closed prediction. And it drives me insane when I see people go, think of the first person you kissed at school. Think of any city in the world. Now, as I riffle my thumb down the deck, pick a card. It kind of like, it's just a bit crap, to be perfectly honest. And also, there's no narrative, there's no story to it, there's nothing linking these three predictions. With this, you're taking them on a journey where you're predicting the outcome of the journey. It's almost like a master prediction system, but done close up, right? So you're predicting everything. And the nice thing is, because you're dealing with a location and not a playing card, it seems just as impressive as anything else. You know, you thought of this activity, I predicted this. You thought of this celebrity, I predicted this. You thought of this you thought of this destination and I predicted that. So I love that routine. But, you know, you saw 4 routines on there. I love the playing card thing. That's a really nice way to end it. And I go through exactly how to do that. The beautiful thing about the playing card thing is you don't even need to know any information. You're just looking at the stack number. Right? Because also on the code, the stack number's there. The first thing that you see is 1 to 26. Now that tells you the date, but it is also the actual stack number. So if you drop all of the cards on the floor, it's totally not an issue, because you can stack them back up in about 15 seconds, which is great because you just literally go through the stack numbers. But with the playing card thing, all you need is the stack number. That's it. And then you've got the card reveal, which is great. Another thing that I do with the stack number, if you've seen my project EDC, you'll know that I do the thing with a phone. You can do the same thing with this. So I have on my notes page all of the cards, 1 to 26, with Google image search links of the station that I know that they're going to have picked. So what I do is I pick up my phone at the beginning and I pretend to Google something, but I'm just opening my notes page. And I put that down and I have them literally take any location, any train ticket, but not look at it. So they don't look at it, they put it in between their hands. I put the rest of the train tickets to one side and I just see 16 here. So when I see 16, all I have to do is pick up my notes page And I go, right. And as I apparently switch the phone back on, I press 16, that opens up that image. And I go, right, look, this is what I searched for. I searched for a picture of a train station, not just any train station, but Manchester Piccadilly. Now, I searched for that right at the very beginning before you even took a card. You haven't even looked at it. I search for Manchester Piccadilly. Tell everyone what the destination on that card is, Manchester Piccadilly. Oh my God. At that point, forget about it. You've got an absolute miracle there. You searched on your phone for an image of the train station that they didn't even take a card at that point. Like, there is so much you can do with this. Wayne Goodman, my friend Wayne Goodman, has got a great way of doing it as a lead into a lie detector routine. So he does it as a lie detector type presentation, where he has somebody take a train ticket, and he starts off by having them read all the information on the train ticket out, but change one of the things. And he's able to tell them what thing they changed, obviously really easily because you know what's on there. And then he goes on to a second phase and a third phase and a fourth phase. And at the end, he gets them to take a train ticket and he says, look, you can lie or tell the truth. Tell me where it's going. And he's able to tell them immediately if they're lying or telling the truth, and if they're lying, where they're actually meant to be going to. So there's so many different ways of presenting this. And what's beautiful is there's like 10 or 12 routines that you can do with this. And you just have the train tickets in your pocket. So you go to your first table, you do one routine. You go to your next table, you do a second different routine, fourth different routine, fifth different routine, third different routine. And you know, it resets itself every single time. So there's a lot to love about this. Now, the one question that I know some people are going to have is, what about if you're outside of the UK? Well, if you're outside of the UK, I don't see an issue with this. Obviously, if you're in the UK, these are UK train tickets. Perfect. If you're outside of the UK, I don't see a problem, in all honesty. I really don't see a problem. And the reason I don't see a problem is simply because, well, it's based on my experience. I use coins in my act. I do a lot of coin magic, as you guys know, and I use American silver dollars and half dollars. That's what I use. And when I bring out an American coin and I say, hey, I collect American coins, have a look at this, it's an American silver dollar, people are interested in that. They pay attention. It's an interesting hook. I can't see why that wouldn't work the other way around. Hey, I love collecting memorabilia from the UK. And have you ever seen these before? These are UK train stations. These are tickets that if you catch a train over in England, this is a train ticket. Now, I've got a whole bunch of them, and I'm going to show you something with them. You could just bring them out and go, hey, I've got some train tickets, but they're from the UK. You could say, hey, if I asked you, have you ever been to England? No. If I asked you to think of somewhere in England, most people would go for London, or you know, maybe if I asked you to think of somewhere in the UK, you might go for Glasgow or Edinburgh, right? But there's tons of places in England, but you've probably never heard of them. So I've got some train tickets here. We're going to use these because there's tons of different places that you can go here, and they're all completely random. Have a look through them. You've probably not even heard of some of these places. Let's try and do something, because this is going to make it completely impossible. Because now, rather than you saying later to me, oh, I knew you were going to think of London, it's going to completely randomize this. That's a great justification. There's tons of different ways of justifying it. I don't think it's a problem not doing it out the UK, but that's a decision that you would need to make. I obviously created this initially for myself. I live in the UK, so it makes sense. But if you live outside of the UK, I think this is even more intriguing, which is why one of the reasons I use American coins. Either way, that's Ticket to Ride. I have been completely honest and open as to what the trick is. I'm very, very proud of it. There's a ton you can do with it. You can get it immediately now from Alakazam. Just go to www.alakazam. It will be on Magic TV soon. It's going to be on Magic TV, my magictv.org, my online shop. It will be there at some point soon. I don't know when, but it will be there soon. But in the meantime, it's absolutely definitely available from Alakazam. I know they haven't got a great deal of stock, but they still have stock in at the moment. I'm going to give this 120%. Obviously, I love it. I've been performing it for a long time now. It's always on me, in my pocket. I love EDC Magic, and this is great, which is why I'm giving it 120%. That's Ticket to Ride by me and Alakazam. So there you go, guys. That's another review show special in the bag. Do me a favor, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Now, you want to see more videos like this, like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. If you haven't already done so, go check out the Q&A from earlier on today. That would be awesome. And finally, you want to check out the Netrix. Go to www.thenetrix.com. That's www.thenetrix.com. Go check it out, see what all the fuss is about. We've got a Discord server attached to it now. Chris James is on fire right now. You've got to be in it to win it. Please go check out the Netrix. I'll see you again soon. Thanks very much for watching. My name's Craig from Magic TV.